The Raven by Edgar Allan Poe. Once upon a midnight dreary, while I pondered, weak and weary, over many a quaint, curious volume of forgotten lore, while I nodded, nearly napping, suddenly there came a tapping, as if someone gently rapping at my chamber door. "'Tis some visitor," said I muttered, tapping at my chamber door. Only this, and nothing more. Ah, distinctly I remembered, in the bleak December, and each separate dying ember wrought its ghost upon the floor. Eagerly I wished the morrow, vainly I had sought to borrow from the books of secrets of sorrow, sorrow for the lost Lenore, for the rare and radiant maiden whom the angels named Lenore, nameless here forevermore. And the silken sad and certain rustling of each purple cotton thrilled me, filled me with fantastic terrors never felt before. So that now to still the beating of my heart, I stood repeating, "'Tis some visitor, entreating entrance at my chamber door, some late visitor, entreating entrance at my chamber door. That it is, and nothing more." Presently my soul grew stronger, hesitating that no longer. "Sir," said I, "or madam, truly your forgiveness I implore, but the fact is I was napping, and so gently you came rapping, and so faintly you came tapping at my chamber door, that I scarce was sure I heard you. Here open the door. Darkness there, nothing more." Deep into the darkness peering, long I stood there wondering, fearing, doubting, dreaming dreams no mortal ever dared to dream before. The silence was unbroken, and my stillness gave me no token. The only word there spoken was a whispered word, "Lenore?" This I whispered, and an echo murmured back the word, "Lenore." Merely this, and nothing more. Back into the chamber turn all my soul within me burning. Soon again I heard a tapping, somewhat louder than before. "Surely," said I, "surely this is something in my window lattice. Let me see, then, where thereat is, and this mystery explore. Let my heart be still a moment, and this mystery explore. 'Tis the wind, and nothing more." Open here I flung the shutter, when many a flutter, and there stepped a stately raven in saintly days of yore. Now the least obedience made he, not a minute stopped or stayed he. With mine, O lord or lady, pierced upon my chamber door, perched upon a bust, a palace just above my chamber door, perched and sat, and nothing more. Then this ebony bird beguiling my sad fancy into smiling by the grave and stern decorum of the countenance it wore. "Thou that crest be shorn and shaven, thou," I said, "art sure no craven, ghastly grim and ancient raven, wandering from the nightly shore. Tell me what lordly name is on the night's plutonium shore." Quoth the raven, "Nevermore." Much I marveled this ungainly fowl to hear discourse so plainly. Thou hast answered little meaning, little relevancy bore. For we cannot help agreeing that no living human being ever yet was blessed or seen bird above his chamber door, bird or beast upon the sculpture bust above his chamber door, with such name as Nevermore. But the raven, sitting lonely on his pallid bust, spoke only that one word, as if his soul, in that one word he did outpour nothing farther than he uttered, not a feather than he fluttered, till I scarcely more than muttered, "Other friends have flown before. On the morrow he will leave me, as my hopes have flown before." Then the bird said, "Nevermore." Startled at the stillness broken by a reply so aptly spoken, doubtless, said I. What is utters is only stock is sore, caught from some unhappy master of whom a merciful disaster followed fast and followed faster till his songs one burden bore, till the dirge of his hopes that melancholy burden bore of nevermore. But the raven still beguiling my sad fancy into smiling, straight I wheeled a cushioned seat in front of the bird and brushed in the door. Then upon the velvet sinking, I betook myself to thinking, fancy upon fancy, thinking what this ominous bird of yore, with that scrim, ungainly, ghastly gat, the ominous bird of yore, meant croaking nevermore. This I say, engaging in guessing, but no syllable expressing. To this fowl, whose fiery eyes now burned into my bosom's core, this and more I was sat divining, with my head at ease reclining, on the cushion's velvet lining that the lamplight gloated o'er. But whose velvet violet lining with the lamplight gloated o'er, she shall press, nevermore. Then methought the air grew denser, perfumed from an unseen censer, swung by seraphim, whose footfalls tinkled on the tougher floor. Wretch, I cried, for God hath lent thee, by these angels he hath sent thee, respite, and repent from thy memories of Lenore. Quaff, this kind, forget these lost Lenore, quoth the raven, nevermore. Prophet, said I, thing of evil, prophet still, a bird or devil, whether tempter sent or whether tempest tossed thee here ashore, desolate yet undaunted, on this desert land enchanted, on this home by horror haunted. Tell me truly, I implore, is there balm of Gilead? Tell me, I implore, quoth the raven, nevermore. Prophet, said I, thing of evil, prophet still, a bird or devil, by that heaven bends upon us, by that God we both adore. Tell this soul with sorrow laden, if within these distant Aden it shall clasp a Satan maiden whom the angels name Lenore. Clasp a rare and radiant maiden whom the angels name Lenore, quoth the raven, nevermore. Be that word or sign of pardon, bird or fiend, I shrieked them starting. Get thee back into the tempest of the nice plutonium shore. Leave no black plume as a token of that lie they hast spoken. Leave thou my loneliness unbroken. Quit the bust above my door. Take thy beat from out my heart, and take thy form from off my door, quoth the raven, nevermore. And the raven never flitting, still is sitting on the pallid bust, a palace just above my chamber door. His eyes have all the seemings of a demon's that is dreaming, and the lamplight o'er him streaming throws his shadow on the floor. And my soul from that shadow that lies floating on the floor shall be lifted nevermore.